Thank you, Linda. Now, when you plan something out very carefully, that means your plans are going to get shot. So Ellie's feeling better, but now Daryl is sick. So that's why they're not here. The Osbornes are out of town. Melinda and Melinda and Doug are sick. So I planned this great children's story, and you're going to have to help. So I need volunteers. Bruce, you're one of them. Linda, you're one of them. You're going to have to come up and stand in line. Let's see. Dylan, you can be the child. You can be on this end. Let's see.
You're not going to have anyone
I know. Oh, well, the camera will get it. See. Rebecca, you're going to be the pre-teen. You're the pre-teen. Let's see. Debbie, you can be the teenager. Let's see. I need a good... Diane, you can be the parent. And that's it. So stand in line up here. Bruce is on that end.
So who am I?
You're the great grandparent. You're the grandparent. Do we have any other great grandparents in here? Oh, you guys are great. I could have done you, but Bruce is already up here. You're a great grandparent too? Okay. Okay, now I forget who I told you were. You're the child? Okay. You have to hold the baby too.
Yo! Get a picture of that, Prosper.
I got him.
Come on up, Diane.
Now, Dylan.
Just right in here. You're the parent, right? Okay, so we're talking about stages of life, if you haven't figured that out yet. And in the scripture, we're talking, as scriptures in Ephesians 4 is talking about spiritual development from childhood up. So that's why that's why I didn't wait and do this next time, because it fits with where we're going later. So I'm going to ask you, I'm going to interview you, and I'm going to ask you what happens in each level. And so as the baby, Dylan will have to answer for the baby. And then, see, Ellie would have been Dylan. And she could have answered the questions, but Dylan was a baby once, so he should know, right? Okay, so what happens in each level? What does each level need to know? And we'll ask Dylan first, and then if you have an answer, then we'll ask you. And okay, so what does a baby need to know? I'm sorry.
Nothing.
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 Anybody else? What does a baby need to know?
That it's loved.
That it's loved?
That's what I was going to say. It's safe.
That it's safe. So a baby, I'll turn that off a second. So a baby needs to, will learn trust. If you take care of a baby, that's in that stage. That's when you learn about trust. Okay? But you learn to know how to cry, how to sleep, how to poop, and how to drink milk. Those are all baby things. And what? How to breathe. Yeah, you got to learn how to breathe. Okay, now we're up to childhood. You're the child. What do you need to know?
I mean, it depends. It depends what my life is like.
You're 5 years old.
Oh, that's a lot. Well, I mean, I don't have to know a lot, but not a lot.
Not a lot. Somebody what's a child 5 years old need to know?
Learn to listen to your parents.
Learn to listen to your parents.
How to get what it wants. How to get what it needs.
How to get what it needs and wants. Very good. What?
Breathe.
How to breathe. Well, this is all additive, so the stuff you need to know before, you're still going to need to know. And these are general things. You might need these younger or older. So as a child, you at 5 years old, You need to learn how to use the bathroom, right? How to brush your teeth. You start to learn how to eat with spoons and forks. You might know what 2 plus 2 is. We have a thing about restaurant manners that you need. Certain manners, you can't just eat with grab food. You got to sit up and stuff like that, restaurant manners. You begin, pardon?
And sit in that chair.
Sit in the chair. Begin to have self-control. Begin to have a sense of knowledge and a sense of self-confidence. You begin to develop your own will. Okay? That's 5. Now we're up to preteen. You're a preteen.
Yes.
What do you need to know?
Well, I think you need to respect your parents, listen to what they trying to teach you properly. Be careful about the friends that you choose, and just save your money for a car.
Save money for a car. At preteen. Okay, good. Anybody else want to add to preteen?
You need to start listening to the Lord.
Start listening. Oh, very good. Yeah.
You need to learn where you place your faith.
Where you place your faith.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, like parents too, can you trust your parents? And are they good? Anybody else? You guys aren't very good
Isn't this
teenagers.
strange how we're all saying earthly things and not once, except for her, saying something about
Right.
faith and
Well,
love.
I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
But you're right. Yeah. Okay. Where am I at? Preteen. You're at the stage where you start dressing yourself. Right?
Yeah.
And if you have a pet, you might be taking care of a pet. You start eating, hopefully you start eating good food so you can differentiate what is good as far as what you eat. You start to learn how to read and write. And what you said, start to choose friends, but hopefully you start to choose good friends, and you learn how to be a friend. And maybe to some extent start to learn about money, how to handle it and what money's for. Okay, teenager.
No, I'm the parent.
Oh, you're the parent. You're the I'm sorry, I got messed around. You're the teenager. Okay, good. Teenager. What do you need? What happens in teenage?
Well, you don't need to think you know everything.
Yeah.
Quit sneaking out of the house, going out. I don't know. From experience.
From experience, yeah.
Experience, yeah.
Sneak out of the house. That's right.
Anybody else want to add for teenager?
You need to learn right from wrong.
Learn right from wrong.
You said something that was good. Just now, choose your friends. Choose your friends wisely.
Yes. Very, very important in all these stages as far as friends. Okay, teenage, I put down that's about the time of puberty. You start getting a little more independence. As in your later teenagers, you might learn to drive. You learn about self-protection. You got to take care of yourself more than count on somebody else taking care of you. You start to see how big the world is, right? And you're making bigger social connections. What life skills would you have as a teenager? Dressing.
Oh, yeah.
Feeding. You might start learning a little about cooking. Hopefully, you're starting to learn a little about cooking and cleaning. And you might learn about jobs. You might do babysitting, right? If Allison was here, I was going to ask her if she'd done babysitting. Or you might get a job in fast food. Okay, parent.
You need to learn how to be a parent, not a friend.
Be a parent and not a friend.
What I was thinking you need to learn is humility, control, and moderation.
Humility, control, and that was true all the way down the line here. Humility, control, and moderation. Anything else?
Learning a good work ethic.
Learning a good work ethic.
Love, you got to show your child love.
Showed your child
Yeah,
led.
yeah.
Figure now you got to work with a child, or you may have to work with a child.
Or teenager or whoever. I mean,
Yeah.
You know, they're your kids.
Yeah. Okay. You begin to develop deeper relationships, deeper personal relationships. Hopefully you're starting to have a solid social network. And you got to learn how to take care of babies or youngsters and help them learn the things that you should have knew yourself. You got to take care of the home or a job or both. You begin to teach the children about life, responsibilities. Hopefully you're starting to have a secure financial foundation. That doesn't mean you got money falling out of your pockets, but you know how to handle money, or you're going to have to learn. You're going to have to learn how to balance a checkbook, pay bills, know what is good to buy and what is not good to buy, and how to wait to buy something until the money is there. Because you're going to want to buy something, but you don't want to put it on your credit card, because then you pay for it twice or whatever. Okay. Grandparent.
Gosh, all of those apply to grandparents.
Yes.
But I was thinking you need to be supportive of your grandkids. Pray for them every day. Let them know you love them. Be an example by going to church and letting them know that you love God and how important that is. Spoil them. Yes, we
Spoil
do
them.
that. Cook lots of good food. Make cookies for them when they need them. And yeah.
Maybe invite them to share with you, because they're going to start having their lives of their own. So
Right.
you might start feeling pushed out at this stage.
Mm-hmm.
And
We definitely feel that. Not that we're pushed out. We just
Yeah.
don't have the time anymore.
Yeah.
So we take and go there now more than he comes to us.
Yeah.
Still
and that's
support
just a
him.
fact of life.
It is. It's a fact of life.
So I put grandparents, the emphasis on wisdom. All these things we've talked about up to here, hopefully you're the one that can help carry it back all the way through. A lot of reflection and introspection, and it's not just for you, so you can help somebody else. You begin to see why we do the things we do, and be able to help somebody see those choices in themselves. How to think better thoughts and how to help others. And of course, all those things go on down, but the grandparent is, you've got an overall view that nobody else has. Except for great-grandparents.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great-grandparents.
Is there anybody in here older than me? Well, my primary job is to spoil the grandkids.
Spoil the
and the
grandkids.
great-grandkids. That's what I do.
Okay.
You know, just to make sure that the family continues to keep their values, and
Yeah.
that all the kids, at least know the right way. Kind of an overseer.
Overseer. So I'm going to pause that a second. I put down, your job especially is to love the family in spite of the differences, because by now there's a whole range of ideas and thoughts about every subject, and you've got to love. Even you may not agree with what's going on, but you got to love them and guide them through that, and try. And this is grandparents too. Try to hold the family together, and call them together. It's family time. Let's do something together or whatever. Because the family's got other visions, other things going on, and you're the ones that can possibly pull them together. So there's one more step over here, and if Norma was here, she would be a great-great-grandparent. What's the great-great-grandparent's role?
To be there to give everyone knowledge.
To be there, again, it's back to wisdom, and to love even when you can't Oh, all right. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, I had you here, so we could have had somebody else. Okay, good. So, yeah, and here's where I brought in to be close to God. Because you, in your age bracket, and this all isn't about age as much as it is about how mature you are. Because you could be 100 and not necessarily be mature and all this kind of stuff. So the great-great-grandparent especially is close to God. So in the spectrum, when you say who is close to God, the baby is the closest to God. Right? Because the baby is created in the womb. That's all the baby knows. On this end, you're close to God because one of these days, and it's true for all of us, but especially the great-great-grandparent, we're close to that time. We're going to be face-to-face to God. So what does that mean for our lives and for how we interact down the line? Dylan.
I was just going to say, it's just proximity to the source of life. So
Yeah.
the beginning of life, you descend from the source of life, God, and closer, more near to the end of life, you're growing closer to the source of life, which is God.
Yeah.
So it's just proximity to God.
And at any stage, you might be close to God and not realize it. Because how many times does... And the hardest part of life is when someone younger than us passes away for whatever reason. When should we learn of spiritual matters?
From the beginning.
From the beginning. Now maybe not baby, but we should be praying with baby and talking to baby about God. But the baby's probably not going to pick up our words quite yet, but they're going to pick up our attitudes and our emotions and stuff like that. But all the way through, it's up to us now as parents and grandparents and great-grandparents to share our faith and help the children see how important God is. And it's important for us all the way through. All right, thank you. Children, sorry. You're all children. Thanks.